My name's Jill, and in the run-up to before I got ill, I was very active. I was going to the gym. We'd just actually come out of some very severe lockdowns in Melbourne, Australia, and I also had a son born during the COVID lockdown, so that was very stressful because I couldn't visit my daughter very much. But apart from that, I was well and I was healthy, and I'd been healthy all my life basically. I didn't have any other conditions or anything. I first caught COVID at Christmas in 2021, and I was fairly unwell, not unwell enough to go to hospital or anything like that, but very, very lethargic and no sense of taste or smell or appetite, and basically spent the week on the couch. I had terrible headaches constantly, I had brain fog and had ringing in my ears, but I was sort of battling along. I also went to my doctor and was diagnosed with long COVID because I had some lung issues, like my lung function was down. So I sort of thought, oh, I'll give myself 3 months or so and I'll, just rest and try and get better. And then we had a holiday planned which had been delayed because of COVID. And during that holiday I was feeling a lot better, but I was sort of limited, and we did a walk. We used to walk all the time, lots of quite challenging walks. So we did a walk and I was really happy with myself. I got through that. And then I was feeling a little bit off and thought, should I do another walk? But as that was the only chance we had to do it, I thought, oh yes, I'll do that walk. And unfortunately, halfway through it, I just pretty well collapsed. I could barely make it back. And from there, I just went really downhill. For the next 3 months, I was either bedridden or housebound. I couldn't, I couldn't even get up for a shower. I ended up having to get a shower chair. My husband would have to wash my hair for me. I couldn't prepare any meals. Sometimes I couldn't get out of bed for a couple of days. Just going to have a shower, my heart rate would go up to 130, 140, just even walking to the toilet. I was just so weak, and constant headaches, and the ringing in my ears was terrible. I developed POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I was very lightheaded all the time. The brain fog was horrible. I couldn't read, I couldn't cope with any light. It was a while before I could even watch TV. I really couldn't do anything at all. It was really disabling, to the point where I would feel well enough to perhaps go out of the house, but I couldn't walk anywhere. Anyway, over time I did start to improve. I did the 1-week trial with the Gupta Program, and I thought, oh yeah, that really resonates. I think it's the first time I really had something that gave me the hope that I could get better, because particularly as it was quite an unknown condition, there was no track to follow down. It wasn't like having a broken leg and you'll be in plaster for 6 weeks, and it's an unknown quantity. And it's also, I think I'd got to the stage of thinking, well, I'm never really going to get completely well. I started to notice an improvement fairly quickly. Even with the meditations, I found them to be very sort of targeted and very helpful. And I did have quite a quick improvement, both physically and definitely emotionally, in that I felt a lot more positive. I sort of felt that I had a future and something to look forward to. As I was feeling much better, what I did find that I wasn't expecting is that the program was beginning to deal with other issues that had been there for a long time that were making me unhappy or unwell. The program's not just been a healing process from the long COVID, but it's been a healing process for issues that have been there for most of my life. And I feel that I'm becoming healthier and happier and a much better person than I ever was before. Now I can have a really busy day. So probably a day that would be considered normally busy for anyone. And I might feel a little tired the next day, but then that's it. So I'm really back to being very functional in my life. Just being able to get in the car and drive myself somewhere on my own and to be able to cook something, to make a meal, to have friends around, to go and visit, everything that you took for granted took on a whole new meaning. Going out in the garden and doing some gardening and not having to stop every 5 minutes and sit down. It's just, yeah, it's wonderful.